Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Friday, November 8th, 2019. I am Fredicia Liebert. The Ministry of Health is conducting a STEPS survey beginning today, Friday, November 8th. On Thursday, November 7th, the workshop was held for the enumerators.
The STEPS survey is aimed to collect information on risk factors that can lead to non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, cancer, etc. We are in session with our enumerators and clinical professionals who will be in the field to collect information for this survey. We want to also ensure persons that the information collected is strictly confidential. None of the information collected, names, anything that can identify a household will be shared in the dissemination of the findings when we have it. So it's strictly confidential.
A total of 5 persons from Nevis added to the STEPS Survey National Committee, namely Nadine Carty-Keynes, Coordinator at the Health Promotion Unit, Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Judy Nisbet, Deputy Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Retna Walwyn-Brown, Statistician Karen McDonald, and Health Statistician Chanel Nisbet. Medical Officer of Health Dr. Judy Nisbet encouraged persons to take part in the survey.
We want to encourage persons on Nevis to take part in the survey. It's very important because we'll get information on the risk factors for the chronic non-communicable diseases, and we'll be collecting behavioral data such as data about diet, physical activity, and also measurements, body measurements such as blood pressure, weight, and also cholesterol and glucose. And these could be considered free, a little free mini checkup for persons in households. So we encourage persons to take part, and that will give us information, data, that we can use for planning purposes within the Ministry of Health.
The enumerators will have identification cards and will also introduce themselves to each household.
The significant thing for us is really that this year is the 18th year of triathlon on the island of Nevis.
Nevis Multisport will host the 18th Nevis Triathlon tomorrow, Saturday, November 9th. Race Director Greg Phillip is inviting the public to witness the event, noting that there are still opportunities to volunteer.
If you are able to come out tomorrow morning, it starts at 7 a.m. at Orly Beach. If not, you can be on the side of the roads. You'll see everybody on their bikes going around the island. It's one lap of the island after they've swam at Orly Beach, and then the run is between Orly Beach and the airport. We thank the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force for being as helpful and accommodating as they have been over the past 18 years. And this year is definitely no exception. So they'll be out providing safety for the race. We also have the Nevis Red Cross, who would be out providing safety for the people who are out there racing, and we also have the involvement of the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard providing some safety in the water as the athletes actually swim at Orly Beach. We thank Governor for being the person who coordinates our volunteers, so she's going to be, of course, there with her force of volunteers all around the island manning the water stations.
Philip also thanked a number of other entities which continue to support the Nevis Triathlon.
So I have to mention establishments like RAMS, like TDC, and a number of others, GMP, for the things that they do over the years. We think of Islander Water Sports and Orly Beach. These are really the core sponsors who continually support Nevis Triathlon and Triathlon Nevis. That's why for 18 years we can continue. Nevis Tourism Authority, making sure that there are journalists and that international coverage is provided. Those things go a very, very long way. So we're glad, of course, to have all of them involved with us as we continue to push forward with sport tourism here on the island of Nevis.
Parents of special needs children were educated on their options for support when the Cecily Brown Integrated School held its Parent Empowerment Day on Thursday, November 7th. The 3-hour event featured presentations by the School Meals Program, the St. Kitts and Nevis Association of Persons with Disabilities, the Department of Social Services, and the soon-to-be-established Community-Based Rehabilitation Center.
A lot of times we're not given the information that is necessary to raise healthy children. And it is a fact that healthy parents equal healthy children. And the reverse is true, that unhealthy parents equal unhealthy children. So I encourage you to come over to my booth and stay and chat with me a while, and I'll give you practical and easy ways of how to prepare, how to avoid certain foods, and how to make foods a little bit more healthy or healthier for our children and our families.
We are an association, but we have a day program that is from 9 to 4, Monday to Friday, where individuals come and are able to learn the different elements that we have. We do craft, we also do computer classes, we have Braille classes, we also have classes for the blind individuals, and we also have a bus service that provides service for anybody with more of a physical disability to get around St. Kitts and Nevis.
Our mission statement at Social Services is to create and implement programs and offer services that will promote the ongoing improvement of the well-being of the society. Our vision is to impact Nevisian society with programs and services to the extent where social well-being is achieved and maintained.
Our CBR is community-based rehabilitation, and what we are looking to achieve here in Nevis is certainly inspiring change, inspiring people's attitude. Our end goal is to get a community-based rehabilitation centre right here in Nevis. We will talk a lot more about what we're about, what we aim to achieve, and what we're going to really definitely do right here in Nevis.
Violet Clark, supervisor at the Cicely Brown Integrated School, had some advice for the parents.
I really want you to spend time thinking about what your children will be doing when they leave school. Although I love them very, very much, we're not going to keep them until, after 16, 17 years old. You have to be thinking ahead. It's very, very important. That is why we took the time to bring these persons over here so they can talk to you and empower you about your future and your children's future.
Each parent was also offered a 10-minute massage by a physiotherapist. As Clark noted, it is important for them to find time to relax. 5 parents were also given the opportunity to win tickets for a spa day at the Park Hyatt on St. Kitts. Still to come.
I'm happy to know that today that the government has taken the directive to do course of programs such as this and to...
The details right after this break.
Hotels on Nevis exist in great variety. The range of architectural styles are wide. Some are historic, some are modern, and yet others skillfully straddle both. Whether your choice is on the beach or in the hills, your stay would be comfortable and memorable. Nevis is one of the most unspoiled and relaxing islands in the Caribbean. Vividly green with blue skies, clean air, and long, empty beaches. Nevis has a pace of life that encourages you to stop and appreciate all the modern natural beauty around you. It's a very special place, famed for its charm and easygoing genuineness of its people. Nevis is a special place that will seduce you and tug at your heartstrings after you leave. Come and discover this remarkable jewel for yourself. The genuine charm and hospitality radiate into the unspoken. Welcome, be my guest, and do come again.
This one is dedicated
Welcome back. Residents and visitors are urged to have a guide and take proper security measures to ensure their safety when hiking. Fire substation officers Rommel Williams and Timothy Martin, while appearing on a recent edition of Policing with You, made this appeal to the public as a result of recent incidents that have taken place involving hikers. Martin said it is important that hikers inform at least one other person when they are going hiking. Martin commended a local guide for his practices when taking persons hiking and encouraged other guides to adopt the same. We have a guide, and whenever he goes to the trails, he informs us that he is going and how many persons he's taking with him and what time they are expected back. If his plans change, he will also notify us of change of plans, so I want to commend him very much, he said. Williams noted that rescues can be difficult. Factors that pose a challenge to the first responders include the terrain, the topography of the land, and the weight of the person.
And I think that it is a timely one. A number of the sessions was about safety at sea, food preparation and etc. And I'm happy to know that today that the government has taken the directive to do course of programs such as this and to facilitate fishermen and to see how best we could continue to serve the community and to have food supplies on the island more available.
One of the participants, Eric Stapleton, speaking at the end of the one-day workshop for climate change adaptation of the fisheries sector, which was hosted at the Nevis Disaster Management Department on Thursday, November 7th. Facilitator Mitchell Lay, coordinator of the Caribbean Network of Fisherfolk Organization, spoke about the participation and outcome of the workshop.
I think that the fishers that came and also the fisheries department people were quite, participatory. They were involved. They could identify with both the climate impacts, but also they could identify areas in which they could actually build resilience. And that is our key objective, to see how we can assist fishers to build their resilience so that when climate change impacts do occur, they can secure livelihoods and also expand. In terms of looking ahead, this is really a project activity, but as a network, the Caribbean Network of Fisheries Organization continues to build capacity. So we build on this either through face-to-face meetings like this, or we build on this through internet communications. So, that is an ongoing process for us.
That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredecia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.